all you multi-talented, multitasking, multi-everything people out there. Take it away.
Find your glory, write your story, fearless feet will carry you. Time you own it, take your moment, be a fire burning through. Hustling from night until morning, grinding it out, it won't be long. Feel your power, it's your hour, you inspire, you are strong.
Enjoy your Zoa. No applause? You're all fired.
Now that you've reached the stage in your life where quality television is important, Nubian TV is a black network that speaks to your lifestyle. Nubian TV is the world's first digital network devoted to the upscale and political lifestyles of black people. Nubian TV's programming includes politics, travel, fashion, food, automotive, arts and culture, civil rights, music, and more. Watch now on Amazon Fire TV, Roku, or watch globally at nubiantv.net. Nubian TV, it's what you want to watch. Now,
come with me if you want to live a more delicious life.
Oh, maybe we should get in the van.
In this world, we don't get to control much. Past, male pattern baldness.
What geese?
Got one right now. The urge to puff that bubble wrap. But there is one thing we do get to choose every single day: what we eat. Welcome to the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment. We have everything you want, didn't know you wanted, and some things you didn't know were possible. Because we believe if you're not having fun, you're not living free. So come on, let's live a little.
Hey, good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Money! Are you ready? They are ready. Covering the biggest events in the country right now.
There's a lot going on here.
It's always a good time. That's what the show's about.
That's good.
Really good. Very good.
Coming in hot, Jimmy, coming in hot.
It's far from elementary.
Good morning, America. I'm not going to try to strut like Michael or anything.
I have known George a long, long time.
Have you ever gotten him to dance?
Look at that face.
You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'll be there.
I am here and so happy.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'm in.
That tells you something when Snoop Dogg's in. Michael, George, where?
Ginger.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Well, hello to you, and you. Welcome into another edition of Braylon's Virtual Tour Live. We are live on tour, 3 shows in one day. That's how we do. That's how we roll. That is how we get down over here on our channel here. Of course, today was the first day of the Diddy trial. This morning we had the morning edition. Evening edition, we reviewed Roa, and now we're on to Diddy. So the variety that we have over here, it can't be matched, it can't be duplicated, and it's only originated here. Okay, all right. With that being said, higher is waiting, low is available, but either way, we are live on tour. Let me take down this iconic intro here. You see the virtual tour background, yes you do. You hear that virtual tour music, yes you do. And then there is me. By the way, shout out to Ashley Ann Speaks. I got to go over there and surprise her, give her some updates about our good channel here. Yes, indeed, had a good time. By the way, if y'all don't know King Ashley Ann, like, comment, share, subscribe to her. If you are a content creator, she is the legend of legends for that, for sure. All right, y'all, let's get to the getting and doing what we do, because there's a lot going down for the first day of the trial. Now, for those of you who do not know, this right here is crazy, child. So, Sean Diddy Combs' lawyer defends swinger lifestyle after rapper rejected the plea. Yeah, so P. Diddy rejected the plea deal from the government, right? So defense called behavior at issue part of a lifestyle. Prosecutor says Combs rejected plea deal. Combs faces racketeering and sex trafficking charges. This came out April 25th, but I need to tell you that so we can get to all the updates. Sean Diddy Combs' lawyer told the judge on that Friday that the swinger lifestyle is common, laying out part of the hip-hop mogul strategy for securing an acquittal on sex trafficking charges after he rejected a plea offer. Federal prosecutor Madison Semizer disclosed the plea offer and Combs' rejection at a hearing in Manhattan federal court shortly after Combs' lawyer Mark Afelio, the one who said that there was no problem with having baby oil in the house, in his client's defense. What Mark Afelio said was 1 bottle of baby oil can really go a long way. It's like, sir, what's wrong with you? Semizer did not provide the offer. Combs, 55, has pled not guilty to charges including racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking for allegedly coercing women to participate in elaborate sexual performances known as freak-offs with male sex workers. The rapper and Bad Boys Records founder has argued that the sexual activity described by prosecutors was consensual. At a hearing before U.S. District Judge Arun Subramanian in Manhattan, Afelio said Combs believed that it was not inappropriate to have multiple partners or hire escorts, showed that he never intended to commit crimes. It is relevant to the defendant's intent that there's a lifestyle called swingers, call it whatever you will, that he was in, that he might have thought was appropriate. Afelio said part of the reason people think it's appropriate is because it's common. My Lord Jesus. That's a dangerous slope. That's a very dangerous slope. So you're going to use a lifestyle that other people utilize to explore their sexuality as a defense. Mark, there's over 400 lawsuits, bro. I can't. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Let me get back to the article here for you all. Let's see here. Anything else there? Let's see. Right here, another prosecutor, Maureen Comey, urged the judge to bar Combs from offering evidence about other prominent people unrelated to his case who had hired escorts. And Afelio said the defense would not do that, but was entitled to establish that the alleged bad behavior was part of a lifestyle. The trial in 10 weeks. Jury selection begins on May 5th, which is today, and then opening statements scheduled for May 12th. So First day of the trial for jury selection, but not opening statements. Still, regardless of what you think, whether you listen in May 12th or that you are tuning in from the first day, the trial's happening either way. So I consider this the first day of the trial. But anyway, also known during his career as Puff Daddy and P. Diddy or Brother Love, Combs is credited with helping turn rappers and R&B singers such as Mary J. Blige, Faith Evans, Notorious B.I.G., and Usher into stars in the 1990s and 2000s. But prosecutors have said his success concealed a dark side. They say he used threats of physical violence and kind of financial support to coerce the woman into the freak-offs. Prosecutors say the performances were often days-long drug-fueled events during which Combs would sometimes record and relieve himself. Smizer said jurors would see videos of some encounters. Combs has been jailed in Brooklyn since September. He faces the possibility of decades in prison if convicted. So I think that's everything there. So that's just to catch you up with what happened with the plea deal. Okay. So let's go to dailymail.com here. Yes, indeed. Let's go to dailymail.com. So here it is here from dailymail.com. As it loads up here, give it a moment. Okay, there we go. Hang on, y'all. It's loaded, child. Technology can be fun, ain't it? Or can it, rather? From dailymail.com right here. Diddy trial Mike Myers and Michael B. Jordan as election jury begins in disgraced rapper's case. Jurors who will determine the fate of Sean Diddy Combs in his sex trafficking trial will be selected from today in New York City. Combs 55 has pled not guilty, rather, on all accounts, inciting that any sex acts were consensual. Prosecutors say for years he coerced victims into drug-fueled sex parties using threats of violence. Potential jurors were shown binders of names and places related to the case on Monday. One of them said that they recognized actor Michael B. Jordan and comedian Mike Myers on the list. The music mogul had been held at Brooklyn's notorious Metropolitan Detention Center since he was arrested by federal agents in New York in September of last year. Jury selection is expected to wrap up in a week, with opening statements tentatively scheduled for May 12th. The proceedings are estimated to last 8 to 10 weeks. So right here, the first two celebrities to be named at today's trial were Mike Myers and Michael B. Jordan. Their names were read out to a potential juror from a list of people and places that may come up throughout the trial. The juror, a man who works as a licensed massage therapist, said he only knew the two through their acting. Judge Sumerian said that the list of people and places runs several pages and feel like an appendix from Lord of the Rings. To speed up the process, he ruled that the jurors would be given the list to review before they're brought into court and questioned one by one before they see a final panel of 12 jurors and 6 alternates. The comments allude to the scale of the case, which dates back to 2004 and covers multiple states. So this is outside the courthouse here, and then that is Diddy there. But you can see gray hair for sure. Don't know who this person is. Let's see here. Right here, man says he went to one of Diddy's parties at just 6 years old. A 6-year-old attended a Diddy white party in the Hamptons in the 1990s and was shot by the inappropriate scenes on full display. Justin Latosky, now 30, said he went with his mother to an afternoon barbecue thrown by the rapper. Maya Latosky, his mother, said there were bottles everywhere and naked women. I wasn't sure if this was appropriate or normal. I wondered how kids were allowed into the party to begin with. Now, this is all alleged. We do not, I don't know this kid. You don't know this kid. We don't know this kid, okay? Diddy's lawyers claimed video of Diddy assaulting Cassie Ventura was edited. Really? Okay. So they did some photoshopping. Really? They did some green screening. Okay. Security footage of Sean Diddy Combs violently assaulting his former girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, in Los Angeles hotel hallway was edited, his defense attorneys have claimed. If it was edited, then why did he come out and apologize the way he did? And why did he settle the very next day with Cassie Ventura? Yeah. The video, which was published by CNN in May, appears to Combs wearing only a white towel, punching, kicking, and throwing, or as we would say in the community, mollywopping the R&B singer to the ground at a hotel in March 2016. Federal prosecutors have cited the video as evidence that Combs was sex trafficking Ventura, as well as the danger he could possess to other women if released on bail. And not to mention, too, you also got to be thinking about these 16 jurors, right? That whoever gets chosen, they also have to protect themselves too, because I believe Diddy will try to get the names of all those jurors and the alternates and try to, intimidate them. As you guys know, he did intimidate one of the witnesses by calling her 50 times in one day. Okay. Yes, indeed. There. Why 50 Cent? Get back to the article for you all here. While 50 Cent has been sounding the alarm about Diddy for years, rapper 50 Cent has made no secret about how much he dislikes Diddy over the years. Now, in the midst of Diddy's monumental downfall, as he's charged with hosting sex trafficking, racketeering offenses, 50 Cent has capitalized on the public view by revealing he is working on a Netflix docuseries, which promises to tell all. Now, that series is not out as of yet. So then Diddy jury will not be sequestered. Diddy's jurors will be able to leave court and go home after each day of the trial. What? Oh my lord! I don't know how that's gonna be for mental health. Jesus Christ. These jurors will be able to leave court and go home after each day of the trial. TMZ reported there are no plans to sequester the jury, which means you will go home every day after court. The jury questionnaire obtained by the outlet read, however, jurors were instructed to avoid all media coverage and not to go on the internet or social media with regard to this case for any purpose. They are advised to avoid discussing the case with family, friends, and colleagues until after the trial is done. Oh, well. Judge ruled jury could see video of disgraced mogul beating up Cassie Ventura. The damning evidence is a big blow for Diddy, even as his lawyers claim that the security tape of him violently assaulting Ventura at Los Angeles hotel was edited and manipulated. It was also revealed today that Diddy plans to argue that he was a swinger and did nothing wrong during his sex parties, his lawyers said. Top designer claims Diddy dangled her off 17th story balcony. A fashion designer claims Sean Diddy Combs dangled her over a 17th floor balcony, and she was only saved when Cassie Ventura intervened. Brianna Bagolin sued the disgraced music mogul for $10 million, claiming her and also molested her and detailed his frequent alleged abuse of his then girlfriend Ventura. The artist's lawsuit filed in Los Angeles claimed the near-death experience was on September 26th, 2016, after one of Diddy's notorious freak-offs. So this is Brianna Bagolin right here. So this is the designer here. More A-listers are dragged out in court during the Diddy trial. Other names mentioned on the list by a female juror who said she recognized them were Michelle Williams from Destiny's Child and actress Lauren London, who was the girlfriend of Nipsey Hussle, who was fatally powed in 2019, and rapper Kid Cudi. Judge Sumerian said that the list of people and places to run several pages felt like an appendix from Lord of the Rings. To speed up the process, he ruled that jurors be given the list to review before they are brought into court and questioned one by one before they see a final panel of 12 jurors and 6 alternates. Inside brutal New York City jail where Diddy's being held, news of the allegations brought conditions at the jail into the limelight as it remains the only federal prison in the 5 boroughs. Reports of horrific conditions, rampant violence, and several deaths have since made themselves known, those surrounding 2 inmates stabbed to death and another speared in the spine with a makeshift ice pick. Oh my God. As such incidents occur, prison expert Larry Levin last week told DailyMail.com Diddy's getting daily visits from a psych team for his mental health as he is stuck there for at least another 7 months, mostly in solitude. Less than 10 jurors make it to the next round of questioning in Diddy trial. Less than 10 jurors have made it into the next round of questioning, as most of them have replied they are aware of the claims against Diddy. 4 prospective jurors have been dismissed. All jurors interviewed today by Judge Suburban were anonymous and only referred to by jury numbers. Right here, Cassie's lawsuit started Diddy's legal downfall. Although dozens of men and women have alleged lawsuits that Combs abused in this trial, will highlight the claims of 4 women. One of them is Cassie, who filed a lawsuit in late 2023 saying Combs has subjected her to years of abuse, including beatings and rape after they met in 2005. A lawsuit which offered the first public account of the freak-offs described in the indictment was settled in a day, literally the next day. 4 months later, though, federal investigators raided Combs' homes in Los Angeles and Miami and confronted him at a private airport in Florida, seizing 96 electronic devices. They also found 3 AR-15 style rifles with defaced serial numbers. The 3-time Grammy winner was indicted last September. He has since been held at a federal jail in Brooklyn after judges ruled that he would be a threat to intimidate witnesses and victims if released. Ooh, my Lord Jesus. And this is just jury selection. This is just the first day of the trial, and it's jury selection. So I'm sure Pam Esquire and others definitely will have some exclusive tea. Like I said, this is about Be Court TV all over YouTube. Hey, Nikki News and Narcissism, good to see you. I have not forgot about your Beyond the Gates reviews. I got my notes and just got to go in the studio, make it do what it do. But love you, Valley. Appreciate you as always, my friend, for sure. So right here, just to show y'all this, Diddy trial judge jokes about nicknames, gives shout to Lord of the Rings. The first day, and this comes to us from TMZ, the first day of the federal racketeering sex trafficking trial of Sean Diddy Combs began this morning with some lighthearted comments about the judge, who mentions Diddy's various nicknames over the years and announced the size of the potential jury pool and the length of the questionnaire each individual filled out. As proceedings got formally underway, Judge Arnold Sabarian made a remark comparing the size of the list of the prospective jurors that both sides will question on the stand and the questionnaire people and places in the case to the famously vast Lord of the Rings trilogy of novels. As you know, there are many challenges on both sides for jury selection, which is expected to take several days. Diddy himself arrived at the Daniel Patrick Mahon courthouse in Lower Manhattan with a full head of gray hair and a gray beard, wearing formal clothing, including sweater over collar as well as reading glasses. The judge previously granted Diddy's request to wear civilian clothing to the trial cell jail scrubs. He was allowed a limited list of very specific items to choose from. The famously fashionable defendant predictably showed up in style. Judge Sumerian also referred to the rap mogul's many monikers, describing the defendant, also known as Puff Daddy, Diddy, other names, and Love, Brother Love, that is. Combs legally changed his middle name to Love in 2018. The judge notes Diddy has pled not guilty to all charges and is presumed to be innocent. Sumerian addressed the defense and prosecution about potential privacy issues in testimony, knowing that they'll be addressed via sidebar conversations. He says he expects the trial to last for about 8 weeks. Diddy has a team of 8 attorneys on his side. We report on the list of lawyers that was just finalized last week. Diddy is being tried on 3 charges: 1 count sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, 1 count transportation to engage in prostitution, and 1 count of racketeering conspiracy. In April 2025, he was hit with 2 more charges: another sex trafficking count and another transportation to engage in prostitution charge, bringing the total number to 5 charges there. The judge also dropped a quick comparison to the Ghislaine Maxwell case, the former girlfriend of convicted PDF file Jeffrey Epstein, who's serving 20 years in prison in Florida for similar crimes to what Diddy is charged with. TMZ is covering all developments in detail for the length of the trial. We got answers to all your questions. Check in often and stay tuned. And you know we will TMZ for sure. Diddy's trial jurors, sexually explicit content is coming too much for you. Potential jurors in Diddy's federal sex trafficking trial are getting grilled on topics like sex and violence before they get picked because they're being warned that the case will include graphic content and some upsetting things they are expected to handle like grown-ups. Well, I mean, here's the thing, right? No problem, my friend. Love you as always. You know that. Here's the thing, right? Just because they are expected to handle these things like grown-ups doesn't mean that they won't feel the pain, right? So I think that's really ignorant to have that point of view. You know what I mean? Because you're asking people to decide the fate of one of the biggest names in hip-hop, media, and culture, right? As you all know, we go beyond just looking at a destination and seeing what the hullabaloo is all about. We, dive deep into it. As Nikki News and Narcissism knows, we, in the words of Optimus Prime, we know there is more than meets the eye. So I don't think you can make the jurors, think like that. There's no way that somebody who has been raped or trafficked or anything of that energy is not going to come into the trial and not have those emotions as they walk through the door. There's just no way in hell that that's going to happen. That's just like Diddy thinking that all these cases are frivolous. The choices are yours and yours alone, in the words of Olmec from Legend of the Hidden Temple. TMZ obtained the questionnaire being given to prospective jurors, and there's an emphasis on the graphic nature of the allegations against Diddy. For instance, the questionnaire asks the charges in this case involve allegations of kidnapping, arson, bribery of a witness, obstruction of justice, drug distribution, forced labor, sex trafficking, and transportation for purposes of engaging in prostitution. Is there anything about the nature of these allegations that will make it difficult for you to be fair and impartial? I mean, come on. Like, really? Is this what we're doing? So you want everyone to be... Hang on, let me take this down. You want everybody to be... Yes, I am juror 1. I have no thoughts, feelings, or comprehension of how to move through this trial. I am a perfect individual who has never experienced pain, strife, or toxicity. I am ready for the first piece of evidence to be entered in the court. Do you really think somebody's going to be that stoic as a juror? You have to be out your ever-loving mind. Like I said before. Come on, y'all. Like, let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep this thing a buck. The video of Diddy being Cassie is going to be shown at some point during the trial, and jurors are being asked about how they would handle it. Well, I mean, mostly everyone saw the clip, so it shouldn't be anything new. Jurors are being asked, there may be evidence of graphic videos, photographs, including videos of physical violence in connection with this case. Is there anything about the nature of this evidence that would make it difficult for you to be fair and impartial? There is not one, but two follow-up questions, rather, with the first covering evidence of sexually explicit videos, photographs, and language in connection with this case. And here are some of the potential jurors there. It looks like all of them are women, at least right here, from what we're seeing. A second follow-up question asks, will you be able to listen and discuss matters of a sexual nature with fellow jurors? Well, the scripture, as a man thinketh, so is he, right? Is Diddy friends with the president? I think so. I think that 47 was in a couple of rap songs from Diddy, but then again, we'll see. If the president can pardon Carlos Watson for having a fake investor call with Goldman Sachs to try to get $50 million and impersonate a YouTube executive, then at that point, anything is possible. And for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, there is a man named Carlos Watson. He was the founder, creator, and CEO of Ozzy Media. And like I said, there was a Goldman Sachs call, an investor call trying to raise $50 million. And so whenever you have a business, right, and you're trying to get venture capital, there are things called investor calls, right? Where think about it like this. When you apply for a job and you put down references, that's basically an investor call for us regular schmegular people, right? So they call, your former boss, they might call your coworkers, they might call clients. So it's gathering data and intel to see if you're a good investment or not, just to translate that, right? So because Samir Rao, the chief operating officer at the time of Ozzy Media, right, impersonated a YouTube executive by inflating numbers and, taking an inch and making a mile, which is a good business principle if you have a particular set of circumstances that are real. Like the clip I showed of me on Nickelodeon, that was a real circumstance. I was able to take an inch and make it a mile. Okay, that business rule worked out in my favor. Okay, but when you say, "Oh, we're the biggest show on YouTube, and here's our numbers," and this, that, and the third, when you bought subscribers, or you bought viewership so you can look bigger than you actually are, then that's where it gets a little in the weeds. And then I think one of the executives was asked to sign a fake contract for the Oprah Winfrey Network for Black women on The Conversation. So as Carlos King was on his way to jail, 47 pardoned him. And not only did 47 pardon Carlos Watson, right, but he also pardoned the criminal charges and the restitution that Carlos Watson was, ordered to pay. He does not have to pay that. So he's a free man. So I can only imagine if Carlos Watson got pardoned by the president, I can only imagine Diddy being pardoned. I mean, this is the president that said, when you a star, they let you do it. You can grab him by the ussy. So, just, my Lord Jesus. Jury selection started Monday, and Diddy was in court wearing a Navy sweater over a white collar shirt, and he told the judge he was so nervous he needed to use the restroom. Really, you were so nervous you need to use the restroom? Wasn't you on the phone with Kanye West, who apparently was taking care of your kids better than his own kids? And you were intimidating witnesses behind the bars, but now that you're going through the gates of hell, your own hell rather, that you caused for your fucking damn self, now you want to use the restroom? You know what, Diddy? Hang on, you know what? I thought I was on big screen, but I'm not. But you know what, Diddy? You have this mindset.
It's not just feeding the hungry only on Thanksgiving. It's an everyday situation. You know what I mean? This is 265 days a year.
That is funny. 265 days? Where the hell that bitch live at?
It's not just...
You must have forgot all the stuff you did behind bars, right? And not to mention, too, listen, it's an iconic quote that works for many different things, Nicki News or narcissism. And hello to the 4 people here. Welcome and glad to have you all here. And if we all remember the Jonathan Majors case, there were things that were showcased during the trial and after the trial. And y'all remember the clip of Jonathan Majors where he said that he aggressed Grace Jabari. On the same day that Megan Good, Jonathan Majors got married. So, we don't know all the evidence that has been submitted to the court. We don't know what the discovery process is like. And we certainly don't know what will be known or not known. because the jurors cannot talk about it with family and friends until after the trial. Do you not believe that one of those jurors is going to have a journal at the house and just, day one, I was with some people that really made me question my logic. They believe that swinging really is not that bad as long as there is consent. Or in the Black culture, this is a white person writing this in this journal, by the way. As Black people would say, what's understood doesn't need to be explained. Do you not think some jurors are not going to write their experiences and then sell that to HarperCollins? Do y'all not think there's not going to be a Lifetime docu-series? Oh, wait a minute. There was a docu-series called Surviving R. Kelly. I have 2 or 3 different forms of journals. You know, I'm in the words of Melody Cherie, I'm not about to play the piano with you. Nope. The judge wants a jury pitch within the first 3 days of trial, and jurors are being told there are no plans for them to be sequestered. If TMZ is covering all developments in detail for the length of the trial, we got answers to all your questions. Check in often and stay tuned. So, like I said before, I'm feeling the nerves. Seeks relief during first day in court. They got all sorts of emotions as jury selection begins at his sex trafficking trial. He sounds anxious. The Bad Boy Records founder is in court as potential jurors are questioned by the judge. At one point, Diddy spoke up to reveal some of the nerves he's feeling. Diddy told the judge, "I'm sorry, Your Honor, I'm a little nervous today." Oh, my Lord. The admission came as Diddy was requesting a 2-minute bathroom break about 90 minutes into the jury selection process. Let's see. There's a man there. So those were not all the jury. Those were not all the potential jurors that came through. By the way, for TMZ to be TMZ, they're out of their 30-mile zone. For those of you who don't know, that's what TMZ stands for. So they are known for being in the 30-mile zone of Hollywood and LA, but they often take trips out to New York, or better yet, honestly, to tell you the truth, I feel like at this point TMZ probably has bureaus in New York, in Miami, and Atlanta. They just don't reveal those. The main bureau is in LA, of course. At first, the judge wouldn't let Diddy relieve himself, but after Diddy revealed that he was nervous, the judge granted him a bathroom break. Hey, when you gotta go, you gotta go. The judge is hoping to get jury selection finished in 3 days. And he's already joked that the size of the list of prospective jurors that both sides will question on the stand, and the questionnaire of people and places in the case is like the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Diddy pled not guilty to sex trafficking, transportation to engage in prostitution, and racketeering conspiracy charges. TMZ is covering all developments in detail for the length of the trial. We got answered questions. Check in often. Stay tuned. Now, I'm gonna just say this. Ray J, come here. Come here, Ray J. Come here. Ray J, shut your ass up. That reality check newscast that you do and all the appearances that you've been doing on News Nation, I suggest you keep your damn mouth shut. You already got too much going on with Princess Love. Okay? You already got too much going on with WAC 100. You already got too much going on with Lati Dati and everybody. Okay? Because I promise you, if you open up your mouth, you're going to wish Princess Love was your biggest problem. Okay? Because see, Ray J, you are dried up, bro. You've been dried up, but it's taken this long for you to recognize that. And remember how you said that your sister didn't want to talk to you? I suggest, if you know anything at all, know your place, stay in your lane, and move forward. Because I promise you, you are a liability. You can't hold a secret for shit. Just like you can't hold a business down for shit. Okay? Okay. Just want to say that to Ray G personally, because he's going to show up somehow. Somehow, some damn how, he's going to show up. Okay. Moving on. I just had to bring that up, y'all. Just had to bring that up. Okay. So this is from the Independent here. Probably some of the same updates here, but like I said, I'm giving you guys everything that I can up to the minute here. Jury selection has begun as the highly anticipated trial against Shonda Combs kicks off in a Manhattan courtroom. Federal prosecutors have brought a 5-count indictment against the 55-year-old music mogul, accusing him of sex trafficking, transportation to engage in prostitution, and racketeering conspiracy. The rapper was arrested in September 2024 as federal authority, alleged Combs and his associates threatened, abused, and coerced victims into fulfilling his sexual desires. One desire includes freak-offs, reported sexual performances that prosecutors said Diddy arranged and forced victims to participate in, and he allegedly watched them for self-gratification and pleasure. During searches of his homes in Miami and Florida, authorities said that they see supplies of such as narcotics and 1,000 bottles of lubricant and baby oil. Since then, prosecutors have brought 2 superseding indictments against the music mogul. In March, the new indictment detailed fresh allegations of forced labor. In April, the newest indictment brought in an additional charge of sex trafficking and transportation to engage in prostitution. Diddy has also been the subject of a mountain of civil lawsuits. I think the last time I remember the number in particular, I think it was 400 lawsuits, if I'm not mistaken, alleging sexual abuse, rape, and misconduct, with some cases dating back to the 1990s. He's denied any accusations of wrongdoing, and last Thursday, Diddy rejected the government's plea deal offer. So this was 1 hour ago. Thank you for joining our live coverage of jury selection in the trial Shonda Combs. We paused our live reporting for the evening. Join us again for all the latest trial developments as we head toward opening statements on May 12th. And this is what Diddy is looking like here. We don't know who he was looking at, obviously, but the Lord Jesus. And by the way, shout out to the calligraphers and to the recorders, by the way, because honestly, being an artist, an actual Picasso artist, that's a skill, but to take us into a courtroom that we can't see, that's a skill set beyond comprehension. So well done, and well done to all of you who do that for a living. In case you missed it, Diddy rejects plea deal offer. Shonda Combs, the music mogul, head to trial on sex trafficking accusations, rejecting a last-minute plea deal with prosecutors. He confirmed in court on Thursday Combs 55 has pled not guilty to the charges against him, including sex trafficking, racketeering, and transportation for prostitution purposes, and has maintained his innocence since being arrested. Ariana Bio reports. Now, like I said, I just gave a shout out to all the people who do this for a living, but Diddy's head is not that slim. Can we dimension the face out a little, because he's not that skinny, y'all. His head is not that skinny. What are the terms of the plea deal? Let me look that up. Just hang on, let me look that up. What was Diddy's plea deal. There we go. Give me a moment now. Okay, yeah, I figured as much. So this is from the Henson Times. What was Diddy's plea deal? The court would seal the terms of Diddy's plea deal agreement plea. Y'all, when I'm reading, I'm thinking of it as it is said. The court would seal the terms of Diddy's plea agreement from the public. Yet prosecutors suggested this arrangement would give Combs a lesser punishment than trial-based penalties. So we do not know what's in the plea deal, unfortunately. But I am sure, like I said, somebody is going to leak out what the plea deal was. I mean, good damn, if they could leak out what Wendy Williams was going through, I can only imagine what the plea deal was, right? And this is kind of reminding me of Karen Huger a little bit, although I think a lot more people are on Karen Huger's side than P. Diddy's side. But you remember how, you know, she could have had house arrest, right? But she didn't choose house arrest. She chose to go to jail for a whole year, but she would probably, I'll put it like this. Karen Huger will be out of jail before Diddy ever has a chance to get out of jail. Combs rejected a plea deal means his case will head to trial on Monday for jury selection. And of course, the rise and fall of John Diddy Combs' timeline gives the timeline here. So this is right here. Okay, so this is what I'm looking for. Okay. Right here. Judge dismisses jurors. After that round of questioning, Judge Sumerian dismisses the jurors for the day, saying that they will hear from the jury department, asking them to not and asking them not to post anything online, to read anything about the case. I will see some of you on May 12th. HBO juror works as photo producer. The court also learned a bit more about the HBO employee we heard earlier. Juror 29, I work at HBO. I'm 55 years old. I read Food Magazine. On TV, I like British detective shows like PBS. I like 70s or 80s classic rock. I bake, read books, museums, art galleries. I yoga. Judge, are you a photo producer? Juror 29, like stills on the buses. Let's see here, Judge. Do you cover all HBO shows? I've worked on White Lotus, Bill Maher. I have about 10 shows. That's what Juror 29 said. Judge, how many photo producers are at HBO? Juror 29 said 5. I worked on Tokyo Vice. Judge says thanks. Juror 84 says I'm a mover and a packer Food Magazine. What is this? Is the judge dating these jurors? Is the judge dating these jurors? Hi. So what's your name? Hi. Nice to meet you. You look nice. You see. Well, I don't know your energy, but from so far, I don't want to run away. But, you know, I'm 55 years old and I read Food Magazines and, you know, about television. I like British detective shows on PBS and I like 70s and 80s classic rock. I grew up with my dad on classic rock because he was a rocker in a band, and I like to bake, and, you know, I watch the Great British Bake Off show, and I read books and go to museums and art galleries, and I yoga too. Like, what the hell? Is anybody seeing what I'm saying here? Like, what the hell? Maybe that's getting out. True. It just looked like a cartoonish hit to me. You know what I mean? But you're probably right, my friend. Karen made a bad decision, and she did. She absolutely did. I think there is no disagreement there. What do we know about the remaining jurors? Prospective jurors are drawn from a wide range of careers. We find out in group questioning they work in finance, web maintenance, massage therapy, freelance writing, retail, teaching, marketing, nursing, and accounts in the prison system, among other professions. Jurors spend their time at church, watching Netflix, playing volleyball, cooking, going to the gym, playing cricket, and include supporters of both the Mets and Yankees. They watch The Voice, White Lotus, British detective shows on PBS, climate change documentaries at ESPN. They listen to alternative rock, R&B, hip-hop, gospel, reggaeton, old Indian music, country, bluegrass, jazz, as well as NPR, 1010 Wins, and Joe Rogan. Jurors also read The Atlantic, New York Times, local news publications, food magazines, and the Bulwark. Wow. Okay then. Well. You really do learn a lot. So there you go. Wanted to come on here for at least a little bit, give y'all the updates of the first day, because as you all know, we are a very cultural, social, notional channel, and we are for the culture of the culture by the culture. I know that today was the first day. I know some people may be asking themselves if they're regular viewers of the channel. Bray, are you going to speak on it? Yeah. Something that you should know about me. I always say this about the Onyx collab. It's almost like Survivor. You know, whatever needs to happen, whatever is going to happen on Survivor is going to happen on Survivor. Whatever conversation needs to happen in the Onyx collab always happens. Whatever needs to be talked about when we're live on tour will always be talked about. You can ask Dickie News and Narcissism. We usually get to everything in the culture, okay? Believe me. We talk about what the majority of the culture is talking about outside. We're talking about what the minority of the culture is talking about on the inside. And then we try to navigate everybody, trying to consume what they can in the virtual Times Square of Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and every other damn platform. So believe me, we always somehow, and not just somehow, but because of consistency and tenacity that leads to our destiny, we do cover everything over here. So believe me, you are not going to have this day end without me giving you the updates on the first day of the trial. And like I said, the opening statements are May 12th. But today was jury selection, and jury selection usually determines sometimes how the trial goes. And like I said, I don't want this to be a Diddy channel, okay? It's about to be court TV for a lot of channels. So believe me, you will definitely get coverage over here about it, but you will get coverage from a social context point of view, not a law point of view. Go to Pam Esquire, go to lead attorney, go to Attorney Simone, go to Al Reynolds, go to plenty of other respectable, decent, and in order lawyers that this is what they do. Okay. If you're looking for the legal side over here, we're gonna read the legal side because that's being responsible for the destination that we're going to, but only expect the social commentary from me. Okay, so I just want to make that clear. Like I said, I know that I'm very versatile and very flexible, and I can talk about anything and everything, but also too, I go on tour with what I know. Okay. Yes, indeed. 4 people in the building. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you all so much for being here. We are live on tour talking about the first day of the trial here. And I want to put up the thumbnail because y'all know I love me some good old wordplay. You know I do. Yes, indeed. Let me see if I can pull it up. Yep, I figured as much. Okay, that's fine. So y'all pay no attention to the man that's about to be behind this overlay. I'm gonna take down Nikki News or Narcissism's comment for a minute, okay? And I'll take down the banner so you guys can see. So you guys can see the whole thumbnail, okay? Now, say what you want to. There it is. Now listen, when I was trying to think of a thumbnail for this live, I'm like, what could I do? What could I do? What could Braylon Lee do? Because y'all know I love me some wordplay rather. I love utilizing the arsenal of the culture, but most of all, I am very observant of the rhythm of how people are listening, right? So when I came up with this thumbnail, I'm just like, this is it. This is it. This is it. Like, come on. Come on. Come on. So, you know, listen. Like I said, pay no attention to the man behind the thumbnail that created the thumbnail. Pay no attention to him. Oh, my Lord Jesus. I know some people are like, damn, bro. I mean, I know when you did, you know, more. I know when you did the Kiki Jabbar, you know, more saving. I'm trying to do child, what was it, Kiki? I'm doing more saving and more doing, not at the Home Depot, but for my life. When I did that one, everybody was like, wait, huh? Why don't you say more saving, more doing? And they're like, oh my God, that's the slogan for the Home Depot. You mother ucker. Sean's John is on trial. Only here, okay? Only here. Hey, listen, if anything, you get a good laugh out this damn channel, you know what I mean? Well, you don't just get to laugh, but you get to learn and you get to relate through a lot of different destinations. I cannot tell you how many destinations we have covered in totality over here. It has been hundreds of destinations because at first, for those of you who were here in the early days, we covered about 6 destinations, 5 to 6 destinations, but our average now is 7 to 8 destinations in one show live. Okay. So when I tell you that the original digital smiginal energy of being an artist is over here, what other receipts do you need, child? It's crazy how much there is to talk about in the world, but yet what people like to focus on to talk about. Ain't that something? Child, listen. I bet you on for the replay game, I bet you I'll get a lot of views because they'll be like, wait a minute, Sean's John is on trial. Whoa, Braylon, what's going on here? Because I mean that's a standout thumbnail. Come on now, when you're typing in P Diddy and you're scrolling and scrolling, you're like, wait, what's that? Sean's John is on trial. Sean's John. That motherfucker! Oh man. Now, of course, I hope to God Almighty when Braylon's virtual tour gets to television, because I do believe Braylon's virtual tour is a whole TV show ready to go. Can y'all imagine the thumbnail creativity that is going to be on the E Network or whatever network show, whatever network, is willing to take us on, which will be very humbled and thankful and gracious for. Can y'all imagine if Braylon's virtual tour was on tonight on E, and across the E Network you saw Sean's John is on trial to 75 million people? Everybody's gonna be like retweeting and posting and tagging and remixing, like, you see this shit? You see this shit? It's been a whole hour. I'm gonna turn my camera now because we done the whole show for over an hour. Yes, we have. Oh my Lord Jesus. Nikki News and Narcissism. I feel like I'm gonna have the most soulfully on point staff and crew, but also the most on their but most of all the most walking on glass staff and crew in the history of television, because they're gonna be like, oh good damn, okay, what thumbnail is Brandon gonna be thinking of for this damn show today? Or night, what is he gonna do? Like, we have this pre-production meeting of yay, nay, of which destinations he has an opinion on, but he ain't gonna tell us what he's gonna say until he's live. Oh God, what's the rundown for today? they gonna go to E or the CW, whatever network, like, hey, can I get job insurance protections? Because I don't know what Braylon's gonna do. Oh my God. But you know what though? Because I've done this so many times before, not only do I wear the crown with pride, with a care and with a mental sensuality to the crown that I wear, but I also carry that weight of that crown very well. You know what I mean? So, I listen. I always say, if I can do this type of quality content without a network, just imagine the magnitude of the frequency of Braylon's virtual tour with an arsenal from the Calvin. I'm just saying, if I can do this without all the bells and whistles, just imagine what's going to happen when they add the bells and whistles. You know what I mean? So I'm doing the most. Oh, my Lord Jesus. My Lord, my Lord, my Lord. Oh, by the way, I did tell y'all earlier. Let me see here. Because I did tell y'all earlier that Beyond the Gates might be preempted, I think. Beyond the Gates preempted. Let's see, because I think I saw it. Oh, it's April 29th. Okay. From Soap Central, okay? So there is a preemption coming tomorrow on May 6th, Tuesday, and May 7th. The show will be preempted due to CBS Sports coverage of the UEFA Championships. So new episodes of the soap will return Thursday, May 8th. So if you do not see it on your TV, it is because of soccer, okay? So I don't want anybody to freak out that, oh my God, why is the show not on? That is why, okay? So during that time, I will upload the newest reviews, and I got some other content that I got to upload for y'all, but y'all know I always catch y'all up. And plus, not only that, guess what? Because I'm not beholden to CBS, I can go there. And if you have never been to a Beyond the Gates premiere, you need to be at one, okay? And if you have never listened to a Beyond the Gates review from Braylon Lee, Nikki News will tell you, if you think me being on tour with talking about the destinations y'all are traveling to and unscripted content, I'm on a whole nother level with Beyond the Gates, okay? It's getting to the point where when I'm in the studio recording these after shows, I speak to the characters like they are on the show, pulling up their laptop, their desktop, their phone, their tablet, their gaming system, whatever the hell they have, and they pulled up my review and they are listening to it in its full totality. And I am screaming, yelling, and saying what needs to be said to them, whether they like it or not. I'm telling you, if you like me, if you like me doing unscripted content and doing our regular schmegular edition of the show, I am on a whole nother level with Beyond the Gates. And you know what? I think I probably surprised Nikki News with some of them. Like, damn, nephew, I didn't know you had it in you to go there. Jesus Christ. Damn. One of the reviews, I went there, y'all. I gave no damns. I gave no ucks. I gave no issues. It's a fictional show, okay? Now, woo child. Now, wait a minute. I ain't gonna say. Now, see, this is how I'm gonna know if I really gone too far, right? Nikki News. Have you ever watched one of the Beyond the Gates reviews, and after you got done, you closed your laptop and sat with yourself, of yourself, and by yourself? I'm just curious. Listened to the whole review and was just to herself, and her husband said, "Baby, you okay?" You know, I love Braylon very much, but I don't know how much to love him in this space. Oh, yes. Oh. You know what's funny? Everything is in the eye of the beholder, right? Because, you know, the way that I see it is that I feel like there's a lot of the quiet part not being said out loud, intertwined in the show. And so I feel like for some people like Nikki News, who will close their laptop and sit with themselves, of themselves, and by themselves, somebody else will be like, "Yeah, I'm with Braylon." But and you don't feel no way tired about it. He said everything that needed to be said. So you don't feel off don't feel off my rocker. You sure you mentally okay? But no, I do wish though for Beyond the Gates though, in all sincerity, I really do wish that Beyond the Gates would do like some more digital content, you know what I mean? Of like maybe some deleted scenes that might help advance the story. I still think that the trial for the Bill Hamilton law firm would have been a great spinoff for like this summer for prime time. It would have been great, right? Because we would have seen Bill, we would have seen Naomi, we would have seen all these characters in a fuller regard, right? And I know what y'all are going to say. Some of y'all are going to say, well, Bray, they're already on for an hour in daytime. What would make them want to do the trial in prime time? Believe me, there are things you can talk about in prime time that you can't do in daytime TV, okay? So like showing off some graphic evidence, you can't do that on daytime TV, right? And also too, like I said, it would be cool if Beyond the Gates had like a content creator submission form where you can like submit your Beyond the Gates review for like the cast to like, sit down and review it, or like, how can I put it? you know how like celebrities like will react to memes and stuff. I wish that they would do like a cast reacting to review series for CBS's YouTube or Paramount Plus, where the cast sits down, listens to reviews, and they'll be like, "Did this person just say this about me? Damn!" Or, you know, like I said, they pull up our review within the show. But then again, there are probably some of us that may not get to be on the show because our reviews are very graphic and bold and downright, you know, to the ground, you know, and that is definitely me on occasion, you know. And these are extenuating circumstances that I have to have that energy, you know, because they are the ones doing the behavior, and I am reporting on their behavior. So if there is a slip of a cuss, 1 to 2 times, maybe 3 max, that happens to get out on CBS's airwaves, I can't help that because of the writers. So see, this is the writer's fault for writing this, okay? And then it's the actors and actresses' fault for acting this out. And then that makes me have a reaction, right? So I have no culpability in what gets aired on CBS if my review gets pulled up on the show. I really sounded like a criminal lawyer, like, you know what, Attorney Lee, that is not a bad defense. I will have to give Attorney Lee a non-guilty verdict because he is absolutely right. These are extenuating circumstances that make Braylon act like this, or behave like this rather, because people who are false, they act. People who are true live. So, you know, I have to give it to Attorney Lee here, in his defense. Oh my Lord. Meanwhile, all of my aunties, Brian, you ought to be ashamed of your damn self acting that way on CBS. Hell, you finally make it to national television. That's how you carry yourself. Well, what am I supposed to do? They're the ones doing the most on the show. I'll just report. Oh, my Lord Jesus. One thing to know and 2 things for sure, you can never say that you don't have a good time over here, okay? So yeah, we are just chilling out here. I did the daily motivator already for you all during the row review. Oh, child, we let me tell you, we have such a good time over here. It is beyond money. And this is the thing, right? And I think the reason why virtual tour works so well is because if you guys are going to these destinations, I'm going to talk about it. Now, of course, there are destinations that I'm traveling to virtually that I want to talk about too, right? And I remember Brian Williams saying something that I'll never forget. He said, by the time we come on TV, you know we're going to have something to say. You just don't necessarily know what we're going to say. And I kept that as a tool in my back pocket. Because when you come to Braylon's virtual tour, the brand, right? Let's see here. I have a headache from watching the Tyrese Nichols trial today. I still want to come on tour. Oh, I am so sorry about that. I hope that, you know, the trial works out well for the family and everything in between. You know, it's a damn shame that there has to be a trial over somebody who basically did wrong, and it's blatantly wrong. But thank you so much, my friend. And you know, this is the thing too. I would say to all content creators, right? is even though you don't have 1 million subscribers or 1 million views, give that energy anyway, right? Because if you're about quality and not quantity, the quantity will come with the quality. I mean, I have a content library for days where all you have to do is press play and let it play. That's it. That's all you got to do. And I mean, that's from the videos, that's from the shorts, that's from the live streams. I was just on with Ashley Ann Speaks Tonight. And, you know, I told her audience that I didn't understand shorts at first, but shorts are a portal to your main content. So if you record videos and or do live streams through StreamYard, you can now do AI clips up to 1 hour and 59 minutes. And what StreamYard will do, hey, Justine Bow, welcome in, my friend, good to see you. And what StreamYard will do is it will make the clips for you. Then all you have to do is just post them, or you can download them and upload them, right? So if you ever miss a tour or a video, if you ever miss a tour or pit stop rather, then all you gotta do is just go to the short. Now, of course, it's gonna look like it's out of context, but if you want the context, you just find the destination in the live stream. So it really is a great way to loop your channel. You know what I mean? I didn't realize that for a long time until my friend Bishop was like, you should do shorts. I'm like, what are you talking about? And, you know, he was right. Because I guess what I didn't really recognize was my reactions to the destinations are really good shorts. Because that's all I'm doing. I'm just reacting to these destinations that you and I are traveling to through this virtual world of social media. So like I said, I am very, very proud of the fact that we have always made sure that with any destination, we always made sure that it had a weight to it for it to be talked about. I never want to bring you guys any destination that doesn't have weight where we can't talk about it. If it doesn't have a weight enough to feel the heaviness of the topic, we can't talk about it. Like, I take what I do seriously, but I don't take myself too seriously. You know what I mean? So it's you know, being a content creator is not the easiest thing in the world, but once you find your group, right? Then it's smooth sailing from there. I've recognized that, you know, with this sector, you know, people need a place to fall, right? And I didn't recognize that until I actually started taking a swing and doing that. You know what I mean? Because when I first started, you know, doing virtual tour live, I actually went back to the first Braylon's virtual tour, and Nikki News was the first comment. She said, I had to come back and see your tour. You were amazing, right? That comment is still there. And so, you know, when taking a swing to be that place to fall, it was difficult at first because everybody is so consumed with reality TV, right? That it's hard to feel that there is any room for anything else to flourish. But what I've come to realize is An audience is only going to consume what you create, right? So if you create shit, they're going to eat shit. If you create a full course meal, they're going to consume a full course meal. And so I just recognize that, hey, listen, it may be a lot to consume the full course meal, but the good thing about the full course meal is you can take your time in getting to dessert. And I've always wanted to make sure that whether you got to dessert by skipping to the end of the show, you ate the main dish in the middle of the show, or you ate the appetizer at the beginning of the show, you still enjoyed the show. And I think that is definitely something that, no one in this sector could ever say that I don't serve full course meals over here. You know what I mean in terms of content. Yes, indeed. We are just chilling out here, y'all, live on tour. Glad to have all of you here. Yes, you saw the thumbnail. You know my voice, and damn it, you know why you're here. The first day of the day trial happened with jury selection, and yes, you are not mistaken. That does say Sean's John is on trial. That says exactly what it says. Okay, you're not seeing things. You are definitely not seeing things, ladies and gentlemen. That is saying exactly what it is saying. So, but yes, but we're just chilling out here, y'all. Glad to have all of you here in the building with me. Like I said, if you guys got any questions about the first day of the day trial, let me know in the comment. Let me know in the live chat. I would say comment section. But for those of you on the replay, gang, let me know in the comment section below if you got any questions in live chat. Just feel free to drop in your questions in the live chat if you have any questions. We're just here chilling, y'all. Yeah, I'll probably stay on to maybe 1:35, and then we'll head on out. Actually, you know what? Let's take a little commercial break just for a little bit because we have been on for a good minute, and we will be back right after this. Yes, indeed. How about we? I'm gonna take this down real quick, Justin. Let's do this real quick. We'll be back right after this.
Power 923 Jams and the Arkansas Minority Health Commission encourages you to take the COVID-19 vaccine to help keep you and your loved ones safe. Involved in our community, the People Station, Power 923 Jams. KIPR Pine Bluff, Little Rock, KFOG, Little Rock, a Cumulus media station. And now, back to the jams. Hip-hop. Drake.
Girls want girls where I'm from. Yeah, well, girls want girls where I'm from.
R&B.
J. Howell.
Just 'cause I love you and you love me.
And now, bumping back-to-back continuous music with another fresh new jam. Heard here first on the People Station, Power 923 Jams. Power 9.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
I'm loving it.
To say, like, low-key, high-key, the energy that you get from this channel right here, I mean, I bring y'all some high-quality commercials, okay, that are in the show, okay? Like, listen, I try to find dynamic commercials that'll, you know, plus the experience for you. And I feel like I promoted Epic Universe so much by the time y'all go, hey, my man Braylon Lee from YouTube sent me. Well, we don't know. Well, what I do, he promoted every damn show. Y'all give him a free 7-day, 7-night trip. He promoted so damn much. Y'all do go Universal Orlando. Listen, do not force them to give me a free vacation. Okay, listen, I am doing this genuinely at the guys in my heart. I'm genuinely excited for that park to open. And I do think it's going to do a lot to the theme park industry. Oh my God, y'all. Yeah, that Cinemark one is a new one for us. We did the Dreamscape, not Dreamscape, but the Gamescape live, where we talked about this new entity, right? For this new entity for Cinemark that combines, you know, arcade games and rock climbing wall and rope wall and movie theaters. It was really, really, really cool. Never heard of it before until I looked it on my LinkedIn page and saw a post from them, and I was like, oh, this needs to be talked about. So that is something I have been enjoying. Hopefully you guys have been seeing, when we do deep dives, we don't play. It's Braylon's virtual tour times 10 because we're focused on one in particular destination, and we go anywhere and everywhere that destination takes us. That it's like a Hawaiian roller coaster ride, to use some words from Lilo and Stitch. So it is a fun time for sure. So. Yes, indeed. We are just chilling out. Glad to have y'all here. Indeed. Oh, very nice. Shout out to all of our teachers. Absolutely. Shout out to our teachers. We love y'all. We value y'all. We appreciate y'all so much for all you do. Y'all do more than asked. And that is being honest. Y'all do definitely more than that's asked of y'all. You know what I mean? So thank you all for what you do. Is not lost on those who see it. You know what I mean? So thank y'all for it. So yeah, we're just chilling, y'all. Yes, my son's teachers are awesome. One of them requested 2 7th Avenue body oils. Listen. Those body oils do a lot. Now, you cannot, listen to all the fellas, okay? Just because she tastes like a peach does not mean you can eat the peach oil, okay? That does not mean that, okay? Just because she might taste like a lemon pound cake does not mean that you can eat her like a lemon pound cake, okay? Like the lemon oil. Just because she tastes like a blueberry muffin doesn't mean that you can eat her like a blueberry muffin. Do you see where I'm going here with all these oils being like desserts? You cannot eat the oil, okay? Damn. By the way, to everybody who's virtually shading me right now or side-eyeing me, don't do that to me, okay? Because some of y'all, okay, I've probably been doing that tonight. So some have new body oils, okay? So don't side eye me because I'm saying the quiet part out loud about what you did now, okay? That's not my fault. Oh my God, child. Like I said, honestly, to tell you the truth, like after everything is said and done, like this is actually my favorite part of the show is just being able to chill out with you guys. Not say I don't enjoy the show because I genuinely do. Like everything that we get to do over here, I feel like, whoa, okay, lightning much. I feel like this is like the black Netflix, but it's free. You know what I mean? I definitely feel like that. Like this is the black Netflix, but it's free. I mean, you get, you know, great unscripted shows over here. You got one scripted show that you get for free. You get news every day. So it really is like black Netflix, but it's free. You know what I mean? So. And you know what? I've thought about membership, you know what I mean? But I'm just like, I think I'm good because here's the thing: as a content creator, if it's just you, then you have to contain what you can control, right? And also, too, I don't know what anyone's last is, and far be it for me to be loving, kind, and gracious to people and to care and be considerate. But honestly, you know, the content that I would do behind the wall would just be this. Like it would just be. I mean, you still, even for membership, you still have to follow like YouTube guidelines. You know what I mean? So you can't really be that, you know, graphic about certain topics anyway. You know what I mean? Behind the wall, because you know YouTube can still flag you for, you know, going into adult topics. I mean, would it be nice to go into adult topics behind the wall? Sure it would. But, you know, if YouTube is still going to police you, then there's no point. But I feel like I give membership quality content for free, if that makes sense. But, yeah. Yes, indeed. Hey, two people, welcome in. Glad to have you here. We are just a chilling. Enjoying each other's good company here. Like I said, I don't know, by the way, when Roa comes back on. I'm assuming it'll probably come back out in 2 weeks, I'm assuming. I'm guessing. We'll see. And, to be honest with you, I really don't know if it's going to be renewed for season 17. I mean, from what it looks like, it seems like it's enough social media energy to keep the show going. But I don't know if you want a show to go on TV based on what social media says. I think you want the show to be renewed based on the vitality of people actually receiving the show. You know what I mean? But that's just me, though. Because, sure, people are talking about it. It's being distributed, this, that, and the third. But still, Interesting. Excuse me, sorry. Jesus. As I come and go. Like I said, y'all, this was a bonus live. I had my other two shows planned, of course. I didn't do the show right away at 6 o'clock for Roa because I literally just got out the house. I'm like, no, be human. I'm going to be human and going to do it at 6:30 because one thing to know and two things for sure, I always give you all a tour without question. You know, I don't think I've ever done a show taped. You know what I mean? Like, even with melodies, you know, TikTok Live, that, you know, Good Easter Friday, right? I literally got up early just to do a virtual tour live, then do 8 hours, and then do an after show immediately after that. Like, that's how dedicated I am to y'all. You know what's crazy though, Nikki News and Narcissism and everybody? I think about Nubian TV, right? And we haven't heard anything else from Nubian TV, right? In terms of like new shows and stuff like that. But I'm just like, you know, if we had like a content, you know, partnership, do they not know how many shows that they would have had by now? like just keeping it a buck, right? Because the way I produce my shows on a daily basis, they would never have a problem with content. Never. Like, absolutely never. Like, they would know I'm on at 11 and at 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. They would actually get what? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. They would get 10 shows a week at Nubian TV. So it's I'm still wishing Nubian well. I just want to see them stomp the yard with content because I haven't heard anything. Have y'all? And like I said, I haven't heard anything from Melody on Nubian TV. She is a co-owner of the network, right? So I haven't heard any you know, new developments, but I'm just like, I do wish sometimes I, you know, was on Nubian because, like, you know, the content that I produce is really good, and I feel like they would have had shows for days now. I mean, honestly, if I think about it, let me see here, because if I do 2 shows a day for Nubian, 500 plus 500 times 5. That's like $5,000 a week, right? For doing 2 shows a day. So if I do that 5,000 times 4, that's $20,000 a month. 5,000 times 5 Fridays is $25,000. So $20,000 to $25,000 for doing 10 shows a week. You know what I mean? So, but hey, listen, to each their own, though, you know. I don't even think Sharnita's World has even been talked about, honestly. Yeah, I haven't seen nothing. Not a thing, because it was supposed to be like, season 2 on that? But yeah, I've not seen anything. But I'm still pulling for him, though. Well, all right, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and head out here because I do want the show to be clipped here, but I appreciate each and every single one of you for being here. Nikki News or Narcissism, love you and thank you for being such an amazing person. And y'all appreciate Nikki News or Narcissism, not just as a human being and as a black sister, but as a content creator. Like, comment, share, subscribe to her channel. And to your son, and to the son's teachers, y'all have an amazing mother in y'all Calvary. Okay, just put some respect on her damn name. Okay, please and thank you. That comes from her nephew, her internet nephew, Braylon. Just wanted that to be on the record. Not record. Justine Battle, thank you so much for being here as well. Anyway, like I said, anything with Diddy, y'all will definitely know. Oh, for sure. Some of y'all have become like family to me. You know what I mean? And I don't play when I say that I love people. And, you know, it was confusing because somebody said one time, I think it was a YouTube subscriber or somebody, they're like, how can he have love for people that he never met? I don't have to know you in order to know that you're trying your best. I don't have to know you to know that you've struggled in life. I don't have to know you that you don't feel like waking up every day. There's a thing called commonality. If you can understand the commonalities you have, then you can tap in to the realm of what is possible to understand about each other. Then from what you understand, you can build a connection. I'm sorry that I was invested in, and some of y'all got divested and they declared you as a bankruptcy as a person, and I was deemed as an investment. I am so sorry that that's not how you came up in the world, but that's not my problem. I'm not your punching bag. Never have, never will, never going to be. Understand? So with that being said, and like I said, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if you let it fly, it must apply. By the way, before we go, y'all, I just want to say this real quickly here. Just real quickly. Just want to say this here. Just want to say this. And like I said, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if you let it fly, it must apply. I just want to say this real quick. Okay? Just want to say this real quick. Which number sounds bigger? 430,707 total views or 201,834 views? I just want to see something real quick. Which number is bigger? 430,707 total views versus 201,834 views. Which number is bigger? 430,707 total views versus 201,834 views. Y'all can let me know what y'all think on that. I just want to bring that, you know, this or that, tomato, Hermes, Armes. Okay. All right. Just want to make sure it wasn't just me. All right. One love, much love, all love. Know what you do and do what you know. Never say you weren't born special, because you are always born a blessing. And trust, you may not be where you want to be, but by the end of it, you'll be where you need to be. Do what you've been chosen to do. Why? It's one thing to call yourself. It's another thing to be chosen. One love, much love, all love. I have spent time with you. You have spent time with me. And hopefully by spending time together, our lives will be great together. And always remember, where you're doing radio, television, YouTube, or living your best life. Better yet, not just living your best life, but not making any apologies for accepting invitations for you to live your best life. Make sure the replay is not just right if you watch it, not just right let's do it. But for you to want to experience it again, I love you. I value you. I embrace you. I'll see you real soon. Good night, everybody. Love you all. Bye-bye.
I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.